What a game. And guys, I think you might be looking at your next UCL champions. I won't lie, the way Arsenal are playing. Whoo! Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. Let's quickly get into the match reviews. Where the sports conversation, the sports conversations, and Arsenal even have me fumbling over my words. 3-1 to Arsenal. Let's get into the lineups quickly. So for Arsenal, Raya in goal. They switched it up. Last time it was Hincapié playing up with Saliba. This time it's Mosquera playing up with Saliba. Lewis Kelly coming in for Calafiori. You see, I think they're rotating before the game with Chelsea on Sunday. Jorentima on the right. Eze, Zubimendi, Rice, Trossard, Merino, Saka standard. For Bayern, Neuer in goal, Upamecano and Jonathan Tah centre backs, Konrad Laimer and Stanisic fullbacks, Pavlovic, Kimmich, double pivots, Gnabry of the left, which I think was a bit surprising. I thought he would be playing down the middle. Gnabry of the left, Leonard Carl. We'll talk about him more as the video goes on. Michael Lisa of the right and Harry Kane up top. So how did the match start? So boom, the match starts. I think the first 5 minutes, both teams are trying to settle their feet. They're trying to settle into the game a little bit. Arsenal actually starts pushing upwards a little bit, as they usually do, keep pressing and everything. I think that there was a chance with Trossard, which was called offside, but you could tell from that point, the tempo of the game was to be played at a high octane pace, and I think those are things you'll have to see, especially as a neutral. So boom, in the 20th minute, I think like a minute or two after the 20th minute, Arsenal get the corner. We know how dangerous they are from corners. Saka whips in the ball. He whips in the delightful ball, and from off first glance, Neuer is a bit off center, and I was like, yo, whips in the ball. Jorentima gets his head on it, glancing header, and Neuer is nowhere to be seen. So Neuer tried to save it up close, but couldn't get it. Upon further replay, you could tell Neuer was flustered a little bit, because before the corner was taken, Arsenal have this thing where they just keep tipping the goalkeeper a little bit, because before the corner is taken, a foul can't be called. So they just keep getting into your head, and if you lose focus or concentration a little bit, it will come back to bite you, and that's what happened. 1-0 to Arsenal in the most Arsenal way possible this season. So yes, after they scored a goal, they are still on it as they should. They are still on it, but against the run of play, just like even before that, I think Eze has a chance. Ball is played into Eze, controls in the middle of the park, passes it to Merino. Merino they play a 1-2, and Eze is through on goal. And with the form he's in, you would expect him to score, but upon further replay, he couldn't finesse it, because if he has also finesse with the valve of the boot, but it's like he couldn't get. He didn't get the right connection with the shot, so it's carved out wide. I think that was a very big chance. Literally after the goal, and after this chance, that's when Kimmich gets the ball on the halfway line, being the orchestrator he is, pings the ball, slices the ball into Gnabry's path. Mind you, this over what do you call it? Miles Kelly slices the ball over to his path, and Gnabry just puts it on a plate for Leonard Carl, and Carl smashes it into the net. Again, the run of play, Bayern come back into the game, equalize the game 1-1, and from that point, I was a bit intrigued. I was like, okay, cool. These are basically the two hottest teams in Europe. I really anticipated. I expected nothing less from this game. So yeah, Leonard Carl makes it 1-1. And after that goal, Bayern do get another big chance. But I think Kimmich lost the ball to to Stanisic off the right, and there's a 3-on-2 situation with Carl and Olise trailing behind him. He doesn't make the right decision. He keeps going, and at the moment he's pushed or pressured a little bit, he takes the shot, and he could have squared it down to Olise. He could have crossed the ball a little bit, a low cross to Carl for the second goal for Bayern, but couldn't do that. So it's still 1-1, unfortunately. Yes. So yes, during the first half, even before the end of the first half, Trossard goes off. I think he has a little bit of a tight hamstring or something of that sort. He goes off. Madueke comes on, and you see his impact later on in the game. Yes. Second half comes, and Arsenal are still on it. They are even more relentless. I think this season they have a bit more killer instinct in them. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, they have that oomph to them. Yes. So literally from the start of the second half, ball is played into Madueke. Madueke lays it off to Saka, and Saka takes a touch into his stride and he smashes it on goal, but Neuer makes a very, very good save to tip it over the bar. I'll give my thoughts on Neuer after we are done with the match review. So he tipped over the bar, and you know with this it's still you've made a good save, but you are just playing into their hands, and they just keep growing in confidence during the second half. Declan Rice has he has a set piece off the left side, whips in a very good ball. Ball bounces, and Mosquera has a chance to head it onto goal, and Neuer makes another very brilliant save. Second, I think maybe second or third brilliant save of the game, and he's not done. Still 1-1. Another chance, Declan Rice making a, maybe will I say, a 35-yard dash or a solo run from the left flank, darts into the penalty box, puts it on his left foot, smashes it towards the bottom right corner, and who else? Manuel Neuer gets in the save with his left foot, and the ball actually falls to Saka, and Saka can't get a rebound in, and the ball bounces back to Neuer, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, maybe this is the type of game where you can do whatever, and he's just not letting you score on him. But again, I was wrong. We'll get into it. So yeah, Neuer making like 3 or 4 big saves in the second half, but unfortunately, not Bayern during the start of the second half couldn't really create anything. Even apart from the goal that they scored and the chance that they had after the goal, they couldn't really centralize play like how they have been doing this whole season. Mind you, they've not lost a game. They've only drawn 1 game and they've won every other game. I think this game you really start to feel the impact of the suspension of Luis Diaz for this game because the record he had against PSG. So yeah, Upamecano has the ball, tries to find Pavlovic, can't, intercepted by Rice. Rice gets the ball, starts driving towards goal, changes his mind, passes it down to Eze. Eze threw balls it down to Calafiori, who came on for Mouse Lewis Kelly. Side note, I think Mouse Lewis Kelly was getting eaten up by Olise this game. Squares it down to Calafiori, and Calafiori he delivers a pitch of a cross for Madueke, and Madueke just smashes it into the net. Nothing Manuel Neuer can do, especially in the form he's in. Even in this game, nothing he can do. 2-1 up Arsenal, and Arsenal are not letting up. I feel like that's the most impressive thing about them this season. Even though they go up, they don't get their foot off the gas. They don't let up at all, and they are so relentless, and that's so scary because basically Arsenal have never. I don't remember a time where Arsenal were ever like this. Yes, they used to attack even from early 2000s with the Beckhams and the Henrys, and I've not seen them like this, like relentless. No, this is a first for me, but I digress. So yes, 2-1 to Arsenal, and they are still on it. Bayern get the corner. they can't really do nothing on the corner. Ball falls to Eze on his half, and a counter is basically triggered. Eze pings the ball. He plays a delightful ball in the path of Martinelli, and this is before Martinelli could even get to the halfway line, and Neuer makes his first mistake, and unfortunately, most likely his most memorable mistake in this game. He comes out toward the halfway line, and a fresh, mind you, Martinelli came on in, I think he came on in the second half. A fresh Martinelli gets a touch around Neuer, and Neuer can't do nothing about it. Zero. He can't do nothing about it. Gets around him, and Martinelli virtually has an open goal to aim at and makes it 3-1. And Arsenal really show not levels, but they show their maturity in this season, in the season that they are in, and I won't be shocked if they do win this tournament, especially with the way they are playing. Yeah, so you have to give credit to Arteta. Side note, I don't remember a moment Kane had in this game. Another stinker. But let me talk about the Bayern wonderkid, Leonard Cow. I saw this guy. The first time I saw him, I thought he was like a Brian Zaragoza type player, like a short, skillful type player, but not really adapt to, especially how the game flows. He might be the real deal. My only problem is when Musiala eventually comes back, I think in about 2 months' time, I don't know where he's going to play, because even at this moment, Kompany is trying to not put too much pressure on him, because you know how these 16, 17-year-old gets. I think he's 17 or 18. Very good player, and I have my eye on him for this season. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the match review. Pretty good match. If I could say something, I would say Bayern. Maybe I can say most likely we'll get this matchup again later on the competition. But again, that's the end of the match review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Aston Villa versus Young Boys. That'll be the first match I'll do on a review on it. So yeah, catch you guys tomorrow and same time. Yeah, peace. Yeah.